Namaste, angels. This is the daily reading for today, November 27th, Wednesday. And we are beginning today with the year 1095 and Pope Urban II when he preaches the First Crusade. 1295. English King Edward I calls what later becomes known as the Model Parliament, extending the authorities of its representatives. 1493. Christopher Columbus returns to La Navidad colony, finding it destroyed by the first Native Americans uprising against Spanish rule. Taino Cacique, I think this might be somebody's name, I think they were describing him as Taino, and then this is his name. Canabo led his people to attack the settlement after the brutal treatment that they received from the garrison who disobeyed Columbus's orders. Whatever that means, I guess we could look it up for more information. Where is La Navidad? Is that in Spain? No, it can't be in Spain. It's in America. Native Americans uprised against it and the Spanish rule. All right, I guess we can look it up because I'm not sure where that is. 1807 or 88, Portuguese royal family and its court of nearly 15,000 people leave Lisbon for their colony of Brazil to escape invading Napoleonic troops. 1895, Swedish chemist Alfred Nobel establishes the Nobel Prize. Ugh, that was like a mouthful for me. Famous birthdays: Anders Celsius, Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix. Someday, huh? It's 11/9 or 9/11. Would you believe President El Haj Omar Bongo Ondimba of Gabon, wherever that is, sounds like it might be in Africa, based by his name. It's a Muslim name. Let's see if they say. Wherever he was in power since 1967, and he was the longest serving head of state in the world. He was reelected to his third consecutive 7-year term on this day in the year 2005. It doesn't say of what he is the president. Isn't that bizarre? Well, it says of Gabon. Where's Gabon? Gabon. Or Gabon? Maybe. Anyway, famous weddings. We can look that up too. 1960, actress Lana Turner marries for the 6th time to Frederick May. 1971, MLB, Major League Baseball, center fielder Willie Mays, 40, weds May Lewis Allen in Mexico City. 1980 or 99, British playwright, Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005, Harold Pinter, 50, weds his second wife, British writer and historian Antonia Fraser, 48. Famous divorces: 2006, Baywatch actress Pamela Anderson, 39, divorces singer Kid Rock, 36, due to irreconcilable differences after only 4 months of marriage. Also in 2006, actress Selma Blair, 34, divorces actor rocker Ahmet Zappa, 32, due to irreconcilable differences after more than 2 years of marriage. And lastly, 2013, Ashton Kutcher, 35, divorces actress Demi Moore, 51, due to irreconcilable differences after 8 years of marriage. Famous deaths: Horace, Ada Lovelace, and Harvey Milk. So there's a lot of really important names on this day. Harvey Milk was an American politician, the first openly gay person to be elected to the public office in California when he won a seat on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Milk served almost 11 months in office until he was assassinated along with Mayor George Moscone by Dan White, another city supervisor who had recently resigned but won his job back. During his time in office, Milk was responsible for passing a stringent gay rights ordinance for the city and became an icon in San Francisco and a martyr in the gay community. He was born on May 22nd in 1930 in Woodmere, New York, USA. He was of the silent generation and was a horse as well as a Gemini. He died on November 27th in 1978 at the age of only 48 of assassination. Ada Lovelace. And the page just switched up on me. Let's try this again. Ada Lovelace was really, or fully named, Augusta Ada Byron, and she was a mathematician and a computer programmer, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she was from England. Yeah, okay, this is her. Ada showed a gift for mathematics at an early age and is considered to be the first computer programmer. Her notes that were incorporated into Charles Babbage's article on an early mechanical general-purpose computer, the analytical engine, introduced many computer concepts. Ada was the only legitimate child of the famous poet, Lord George Gordon Byron. You guys have heard of Lord Byron, I'm sure. She became Ada King, Countess of Lovelace, better known as Ada Lovelace, on her marriage to William King. She was born on December 10th in 1815 in London, England, United Kingdom, and was a Sagittarius. She died on November 27th in 1852 at the age of 36 of uterine cancer. Horace, no last name, was really named Quintus Horatius Flaccus, and he was a Roman poet. Leading Roman lyric poet during the time of Augustus, Horace originally fought on the losing Republican side of the battles of Philippi in 42 BC. Later, he gained the patronage of Octavian's, later Emperor Augustus's, Lieutenant Maecenas, and is thought to have accompanied him in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. His patronage led to the gift of his famous Sabine farm, now known to have been located near Licenza in Italy. This enabled Horace to devote more time to poetry, and he became the most prominent poet of the early empire under Augustus. He was born on December 8th in the year 65 BC. December 8th, of course, the feast day of the Immaculate Conception. He was born in Venusia and was a Sagittarius. He died on November 27th in the year 8 BC. At the age of 56, sorry. BC. That was interesting to me. Going back up to the birthdays, Jimi Hendrix was fully named James Marshall Hendrix. He's another one that was believed to have sold his soul to the devil and died at the early age of 27. There's about 5 of them. Not all of them believed they sold their souls to the devil, but it's like the 27-year-old club. They all died at 27. Anyway, he was a rock guitarist, an American. An influential electric rock guitarist. He moved to England in 1966, which equals 67 or 13 or 4 or 11, 11. And he formed the Jimi Hendrix Experience, releasing tracks like Hey Joe and Purple Haze. His performance at Monterey Pop Festival established him in the U.S., and he became especially known for playing at Woodstock, where he played the Star Spangled Banner. He was born on November 27th in 1942. In Seattle, Washington, USA, and was a member of the Silent Generation. He was a horse on the Chinese zodiac and a Sagittarius on the star signs. So I think that he had some of the same, like astrology as Harvey Milk, right? Because they were both of the Silent Generation and both horses, I think. But this one is a Sagittarius, Jimi Hendrix, and Harvey was a Gemini, but Sagittarius and Gemini also actually mirror signs, so that's interesting too. Anyway, he died on September 18th in 1970 at the age of 27 in a drug overdose, allegedly. Bruce Lee was a karate star and an actor. He was American, or it says nationality, American, Hong Kong. So he was both American and Chinese, specifically from Hong Kong. He's famous because of 2 movies they have listed here. He did a lot more than that. But anyway, he's, according to them, 2 movies, Enter the Dragon and The Big Boss. And he was born on November 27th in 1940 in Chinatown, San Francisco, USA, and was also a member of the Silent Generation. But he was a dragon and also a Sagittarius, like Jimmy. He died on July 20th in 1973 at the age of 32 of cerebral edema. His brain swelled is what that means, I believe. Lastly, Anders Celsius. Anders Celsius was an astronomer, Swedish. He is famous for having founded the Uppsala Astronomical Observatory in the year 1741, and he also proposed the Celsius temperature scale, which bears his name in 1742. He was born on November 27th in 1701 in Uppsala, Sweden, and was a Sagittarius. He died on April 25th in 1744 at the age of 42 of tuberculosis. And he was the last. Going to the dice today. Weekend away. A lot of people are doing like a long weekend and stuff. Maybe beginning today, Wednesday. Some people I think left already, like as of like last week. So, I mean, like for example, I could have gone, let's say, to South Carolina on Friday, last Friday, and I would have that all weekend, all this week, and then another weekend, you know. So it's a good break, but some people are just doing the weekend away from, again, beginning from today. So that's cool. Enjoy, anybody who's going away or something. Also, forget it. Maybe your job. Maybe those of you who are worried about your job, forget it. And spend money. Yeah, I'll be doing this. I was going to say first thing in the morning. It is the morning. It's 2:13 in the morning on Wednesday. In a few hours, a little later, I'll be going to the grocery store. I didn't buy no turkey yet or anything like that. So I'll be going to do that. And I'll be spending money. I'm sure others of you will be doing the same. And, you know, there's a lot of like Black Friday stuff already too. So maybe some of us are doing that as well. I do have to buy something for my daughter. Her birthday is Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, yay me. Anyway, we're beginning today with the Seven of Autumn, which showed up yesterday for the feminine. And indicated that we needed to be patient with something. The planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested into your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. Crowning the masculine this week. Major Arcana card 8. Justice. Remember when I got stuck on the 8 a little while ago? What was that? I was like, oh, 8. That's interesting. I don't know that quick. I already forgot what the hell that was about. But anyway, another Major Arcana card 8, Justice, which represents the planet Venus and the sign of Libra, which it rules. All about the scales being, balanced, evened out. People getting their just due, whatever that means, because it's all based on karma. 8 is a number that's all about karma. Fair decisions will be made after all of the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. Some sort of settlement may be coming through for the masculine, because it doesn't have to be something legal, but I just felt something legal. And I'm just noticing this elephant on here. I think it's like something coming to an end that he's been dealing with also. Like this is like Ganesha, Lord Ganesha, like when he was sort of turned into an elephant man. His head was replaced with that of an elephant's. And he is now like an Indian god of abundance and removing obstacles. So I think that's what's, I don't know. That's what I'm getting this today. I don't usually get that. The elephant never necessarily spoke to me before, but it is now. So that's the masculine, crowning the masculine. He is surrounded by Major Arcana card Unity. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. Yeah, he may go through something major, have experienced something major. Perhaps it's coming to an end. And so the result is the growth. It could even be like a criminal law, like maybe he was potentially in trouble and he's not, now that's over. For some it could be divorce, some sort of settlement can be involved. The Major Arcana card 5, Unity, is actually the Hierophant, which represents the sign of Taurus. Maybe the other earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, because Venus is currently located in Capricorn. But Taurus, Hierophant can often be for me like representative of like large corporations and like contracts and government agencies. So it could be like a settlement or need to sign off on something, or like you're free to go, like the large government government agency. I mean, definitely the court, right, is a government agency for sure. So it could be something like that for some of them. Of course, it's not bound to be that serious for everybody, but I am definitely getting those sort of things for someone. Aside from that, again, Major Arcana card Justice is about the scales being evened out and people getting their just due. So it does not have to be about a legal situation. The Hierophant is about contracts, is about some sort of contact business with government agencies, higher institutions, even school. So maybe you're signing up for school. Maybe you want to go next semester in spring. Maybe that's like a long time coming, and you're finally able to go to school, masculine. Maybe he just got his GED or something like that. So it can be those sort of things also. You guys know for me also the Hierophant is about a need to make adjustments to the people, places, and things with which you surround yourselves. So this can also be him separating himself from somebody, right? The karma has revealed who belongs around him and who doesn't, and that's resulted in some sort of spiritual growth maybe, right? And so he's making adjustments here with this and moving toward things that resonate with him better, people that resonate with him better, and better places to hang out, right? Places that resonate with him better, that like feed his soul rather than lower his vibration, which is pretty awesome. I like to see that for him. And in his subconscious, Tower. So it's possible that he was anticipating something really, really, potentially earth-shattering. Like I said, like maybe even going to jail. And he's still experiencing, like I said, it's a very deep spiritual lesson and growth here. And maybe even having a revelation. Tower can also be about having a revelation. For some, he could be signing a contract, having something to do with a home. Or again, like I said, a divorce, a separation, or some other contract could be being signed. And so that's a life-changing event. That's another reason for the Tower to show up. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. He could even be moving, right? He could just sign the papers for a loan or a closing or, an apartment, a credit check, something. Crowning, that can also be a legal situation too, right? You got to get your real estate attorney in there with you for different things, or your broker, maybe you're looking for a place. Those could be coming up for the masculine. Crowning the feminine today. We also get a Major Arcana card. It is Major Arcana card 0, the dreamer or the fool. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. Not surprised to see this like the day after the new moon, right? Very appropriate. New beginnings for all. So, new adventure. Something that we're starting out with the feminine. Sometimes you don't even realize, but every cycle, every 12 planets, like once your whatever planet rules your 12th house, like for Geminis, it's Taurus, our 12th house of endings. Right, because Taurus comes before Gemini. So Gemini is our first house. That's how it works, if you guys never realized it. So think in counterclockwise order to get to, or from clockwise order, right? Start from your first house. Gemini, for example, would be me. So Cancer comes after Gemini, so that's our second house of earned income. Leo comes after that, so that's our third house of communication. And, whatever planet... whatever sign, rather, your sun sign is, that's your first house. And so the next one will be your second house, the third house, or whatever. So for us, for Geminis, it's the Taurus is our 12th house of endings. And so, like this Taurian energy for me would definitely mean a new start. And sometimes you don't even realize because, like I said, we go through these cycles of endings every 12th moon, right? Every time the sign before ours in the zodiac has a moon cycle, right? The moon is in the sign before yours. That's when it's in your 12th house of endings, and so sometimes we're not even thinking about what's ending, but it's like behind the scenes in the background, things are ending. Something occurs, even if it goes unnoticed, that we're not going to have to like revisit again. It's a door that closes, a chapter that closes. You move on to some new phase. Sometimes it is noticeable, so maybe it will be for some of us some sort of, very real and clear new start rather. And yeah, maybe it comes from a Prince of Spring, or a Prince of Spring helps to facilitate it. A Sagittarius, it was the Sagittarius moon, right? So a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, or maybe Sagittarius' ruler, who is also the ruler of karma, Jupiter. Could have been him. They gave us like a gift of some sort of opportunity for a new start. Passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. And the opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your own inner guidance. So that's the Knight of Wands. Oh, very nice. Some of us starting some sort of new relationship, new partnership, new friendship maybe, or renewed partnership, friendship, or romantic situation too. It could be any of those. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can also still be saved. Don't give up. But this can be about like BFFs as well. Familiar relationships. So people could be, fixing those. That's what Jupiter is giving you an opportunity for. A new start in some sort of partnership. Crowning. Major Arcana card, Death. We left the old stuff in the past. We're transitioning to a brand new start. Death, of course, represents the sign of Scorpio. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. So that also goes for what I was saying about the masculine. I was just feeling that as soon as I saw the Justice card, something had ended for him. All right, so he needs to allow it to actually end. Because sometimes we try to keep stuff from ending. We hold on to it. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. So it's important to let whatever it is that's trying to go. The masculine has more of this energy of stuff that is going to happen. Like, and all he's in control of, all we're ever control of is our actions and our reactions. But, the feminine has a little bit more flexibility here and opportunity to make decisions based on her free will. A lot of the energy that the masculine's dealing with, he has no control over whatsoever, like to manipulate it or anything. At the root, foundation, it's this Four of Autumn. So this Four of Autumn has been plaguing us, asking us to get rid of something that hasn't been working, whether it was a friendship, a job, a romantic relationship, whatever. Like this Four of Autumn keeps showing up in the weeklies, in the dailies, saying, get out, right? Leave whatever it is it's been trying to tell you to leave alone. So it's back. Now it's at the foundation or root position. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you're spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building up walls that keep people out. At the heart of the matter, very, very interesting. The Six of Summer, the love and care of children, could become an important part of your life. Or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. And this is here at the heart of the matter. So like I said, for the feminine or for the masculine, we could be healing a relationship, fixing a relationship. We don't have to be starting a new one, but we could be starting a brand new relationship too. The Six of Summer, however, it tends to be like a soulmate card, representative of a soulmate card, or somebody from your past coming back into your life. So maybe you're, giving something a second go or a new start. For some, I suppose this could even be walking away from one, an old friend or something, or a soulmate even, or a family member, and that's why you're getting a new start, because you're done with this relationship here. Because all these cards in the middle could also potentially represent what's being let go of, and then this is the feminine's new start, and this is the masculine's new start. That's another potential way to look at it. But there's definitely room for somebody to be coming back and for a commitment to be deepening or beginning, for that matter. Further advice to the masculine, the Three of Autumn, which I like much more than I like the Four. Because the Three of Autumn is about abundance that is earned. I said Lord Ganesha comes through, he brings abundance. Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So maybe that's what he did. Because, right, we've been seeing that like all week, that he needs to do that, to follow his heart. So maybe he left something alone, or someone alone, and following his heart, and that's why he's getting a new start. That's why there's clearly a chapter closing here, so that a new one can begin. For the feminine, it's another fire energy. The King of Spring, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Again, a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, maybe Jupiter himself, maybe Mars himself. Now's your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. And what's the big picture? Whatever your new opportunity is, and with whomever your new opportunity is, that's what's important. Again, whether it's with your, a child, a parent, some other family member, a BFF, soulmate or potential mate. This is you, in a position to be in control, take charge of your life, take life by the reins, become a master of your own destiny, decide what you want, like the masculine. Our cards aren't very different, even though they might look different. We're getting a lot of the same messages. You decide what you want, and then you go after it. That's what opportunity we're being given. And why? Because we had previously done some of the stuff, worked on some of the manifestation that we needed to do. We felt stuck, right? And then we worked on getting unstuck, and that we were successful in that. We did what we had to do. Had to be patient while the kinks get worked out. And then one day, you actually get rewarded for the efforts that you put forth, and like you're in the position of a boss, and that's what's happening, it appears. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the daily. I'll be back. Namaste.